All right, so we're going to prepare the agarose gel for the DNA analysis using our restriction enzymes. So we need approximately 0.48 grams of our agarose gel. Okay, 0.48 grams of our agarose gel. So go ahead and put that into our flask. Pretty good as far as the quantity goes. And now we actually want 1.2, well, we'll just measure it out, 1.2 milliliters of our electrophoresis buffer. This is our concentrated buffer. It's 50 times concentrated. So we just want 1.2. And then we're going to add approximately 58.8. So we'll measure out 50 milliliters. So we have 50 milliliters of our deionized water. And then we want another 8.8. All right, now we're going to heat this so that we dissolve all of the gel. Put it on our hot plate. We want to heat it to boiling ultimately. So we need full dissolution. And we have to bring it to a boil before we're ready. So still heating. Almost there. There's still a few things floating. Almost on boiling. So once we get there, we'll be in good shape. All right, so I just poured our gel into our molds here. So we have our combs in there. So it'll make the wells for the agarose gel. And so we have to let that harden for a good 20 minutes or more. Then we can insert the sample and run the electrophoresis. So we've let our agarose gel here set for a good 30 minutes. And so we're going to empty out our wells. Well, we're going to move our comb very gently. Hopefully not tearing any of our wells. So you can see our little sample wells there. So we're going to insert sample into those wells. We want to insert 35 to 38 microliters of sample. And so I've got sample in this little quick strip tray. So they're listed as they are on your lab manual. So we have DNA from the crime scene is A. It's cut with enzyme 1. DNA from the crime scene cut with enzyme 2. And then we have suspect 1 is C and D cut with enzyme 1 and 2. And then suspect 2 is E and F cut with enzyme 1 and then enzyme 2 respectively. So we're going to double this up. We're going to do 2 runs. So I'm going to inject the sample. Skip over since it's suspect 1 with restriction enzyme 1, suspect 1 with restriction enzyme 2, suspect 2, restriction enzyme 2. All right, so then we're going to put our gels into our little electrophoresis apparatus here. Gels from the tray. Put it in here. And then we're going to add electrophoresis buffer. There it goes all the way up to the gels. So we need to have conductivity all the way across. Our gels are submerged. All right, so we're going to cover this up. Turn this on. Voltage selector, 50 volts for 30 minutes, as recommended by Dr. Johnson, so we're going to go with that. All right, so it's been 30 minutes. However, the gels, I'm not sure that they're totally done, so I'm going to take one of them out at this time. And we're going to go ahead and stain it. Whereas this one, I'm going to leave in there. What the hell? The whole thing shifted. Goodness. Stick it back in there. All right, and this one I'm actually going to let it continue to separate. Let's turn this back on. And we're just going to do it for like another 10 minutes. Start. All right, so that should go for 10 more minutes. Meanwhile, we're going to take this guy, we're going to stain it. So we have this Insta Stain. Then we're going to put this on top. And actually add a bit of weight on top. A little weight, keep it in contact with that. It's supposed to be 5 to 10 minutes, which is about the amount of time it'll take that other gel to finish. And then we will destain and visualize our DNA. And so it's been about 10 minutes, so we're going to check on our stain. Ooh, that looks like a nice dark stain. So we're going to put this in DI water to destain. And ultimately what we hope is that the gel will destain, but our DNA fragments retain the stain so we can see them. All right, so this is our second shot here, the one we actually let separate for a little bit longer. So we're turning this off. Just going to pull our gel out of here. There, die card again. All right, so our gels have been destaining for some time now. So we're gonna take a good look at them on a light box. This one is the one we did first. I had a little mishap and ripped our gel in half. However, good look. We're illuminated on the light box. You can actually see our 6 channels. So we have our crime scene here, crime scene. With restriction enzyme 1, crime scene with restriction enzyme 2, suspect 1, restriction enzyme 1, restriction enzyme 2, and then suspect 2 with restriction enzyme 1, restriction enzyme 2. So we'll check our other gel, which got a little bit more time to separate. So what we expect to see is about the same pattern. Shifted further down on the gels. And as you see, that is what we see here. Very similar with restriction enzyme 2, we have a significant band. And then again down here, although it's much paler, we see a similar pattern across the two. So these are our best images, despite the fact that it looks like I inverted gel 2.